lies the happiness formula. Three psychologists discover this formula. What is happiness formula? Happiness formula says H is equal to S plus C plus V. Hello everyone, welcome to the part 3 of this book, Happiness Hypothesis. And today we are going to discuss big idea number 5 and 6. So big idea number 5 is pursuit of happiness. Epictetus, the ancient philosopher, says, do not seek to have events happen as you wish them to. Instead, allow events to happen as they happen and your life will go well. But my doubt is it really possible for human beings to remain happy in all the situations, whether they are favorable or unfavorable? Let's try to find out the answer from science by this author Jonathan Haidt and various researches he done. Number 1, progress principle. So whenever we get some kind of pleasure by getting the things we want, we become happy. But the problem with this kind of pleasure related with food, sex and sleep is that they are very short term and they will not give you any long lasting happiness. So what should one do? The solution lies in the progress. Whenever we set any goal in our life, you should not totally focus on the achievement of the goal, but the journey, the progress towards your goal will give you more happiness than the final achievement. It has been proven that pre-attainment goal happiness is more than the post-attainment goal happiness. So next time, whenever you set a goal for yourself, set the goal such a high level so that you can enjoy the journey with more pleasure. Second principle is adaptation principle. Imagine there are two people. One get a lottery of $20 million and other got paralyzed below the neck. Who would be a happier person? Obviously the first one. But if you take their happiness quotient after a year, both of them will return to normal level of happiness set points. Yes, interestingly, we easily adapt to the new circumstances, whether good or bad, and automatically return to our biological set point happiness no matter what happens to us. That means in our life, whatever happens to us, we are going to adapt to it, and there is no way out. We can change this situation. So what to do? It is as like we are running on a hedonic treadmill. You can just increase the speed, but you cannot go 1 point ahead in your life. And here lies the happiness formula. Three psychologists discover this formula. What is happiness formula? Happiness formula says H is equal to S plus C plus V. Means happiness is equal to S, biological set point, plus C, your external conditions, and V means your voluntary activities. So we cannot do anything about our own biological set point which we have gained from our parents, but we can work upon C and V and become happier in our life. What is C? C means external conditions to which we cannot easily adapt to. And if we can change those conditions, it will bring more happiness to us. For example, noise. So it has been found if you live in an environment which is very noisy, you will be less happier because our brain cannot adapt to the noise easily. Second, commuting. So if you from your home to your office distance is far, then also you will be less happier because you cannot adapt to the traffic and the daily commuting time. So if possible, always choose a less commuting distance so that you become a happier individual. And third and the most important thing is relationship. It has been proven that people who have good relationship are more happier, and people who are happier will have a better relationships. So it is a mutual correlation between these two things. So always try to invest in relationship than the money. Now comes the V, voluntary activities. So even many conditions we are used to adapt to, but there are certain activities which can we do voluntarily and which prevent us from adapting to the set points. Which are they? Number 1, meditation. Number 2, exercise. Number 3, learning a new skill. Number 4, taking a vacation. So try to focus on this type of activities more in your life, then you will become happier individual rather than focusing more on money and prestige, because no matter how much money you are going to earn or how much prestige you will have, you will definitely going to adapt to it sooner. So better to focus on progress and voluntary activities, so not to get adapted to these things. Now the last point is early happiness hypothesis was put by Gautam Buddha, Lao Tzu and other ancient philosophers. So they said that you cannot get happiness from outer circumstances and you need to directly rely on your inner thing. But the revised hypothesis, scientific evidence says that apart from inner balance, you can also look for the goals and expectations from life. You can set them right and you will become a happier individual. So don't try to run away or don't try to detach yourself completely from the world. Rather than whatever you do it passionately and apply your rational mind by doing it in such a way so that you become happier in the long term. For idea number 6, I'll give you in the next video.